Hi boys.
Okay, Billy, after a series of 0-0 draws, a very different game tonight, both in attack and defence. You must be pleased with the 3 points and with the number of chances we created.
Yeah, absolutely. I thought the first 45 minutes was probably the best we've played all season.
Yeah.
Really up there. I thought we dominated them from minute one. Goal was a little bit sloppy because I think it's the first time they'd really even ventured into our half.
Yeah.
And we could have been 3 or 4 up before then.
Sure.
But we weren't, and like I say, we went at half time on the right side, and it was just important. We said at half time, whatever happens, not being negative, we keep a clean sheet. We didn't do that, but at the end of the day, we won the game, and I think deservedly won the game.
Yeah.
I think it'd have been a travesty if we hadn't won the game.
Absolutely, and you must have been a little bit frustrated that we didn't manage to put the game absolutely to bed, and that Spennymoor were able to keep in the game to the end, even with 9 men. Did that aspect of it disappoint you tonight, Billy?
It does and it don't, because at the end of the day, I was more out. The only part of the game I was worried was when they went down to 10.
Yeah.
Because it just changes everything. I'd rather them just stayed 11v11.
Yeah.
Because the amount of times you go down, the other team goes down to 10, and for whatever reason it is, the game doesn't flow like it was before. We were well on top before then anyway. It's an horrendous tackle. It's 100% red. Clacky's got a massive gouge at the top of his knee.
I was going to ask.
He's got a huge gash at the top of his knee, and it's huge.
Yeah.
There was no need for the challenge. It was horrendous. And then the second one, he's got to go because of what he said to the referee, which isn't my place to say what he said, but he's got to go because of what he said to the referee and everybody, the linesman, everybody can see it. But like I said, I'm not talking about Spennymoor or any of the players. At the end of the day, it's important that for 65, 70 minutes we were fantastic. And I think when the lad got sent off, it just threw us out of our sync. It threw us out of our rhythm. And we should have never have been worried about the result at the end. But that's what happens in football. But I just said to the players in there, the main thing is from 1 minute to 95 minutes, it's kind of irrelevant. It's just make sure that you get a win in the column. We're at a place in the season where you just try and get wins in the column. I don't know, we've been trying to do that all the season, but how you get them is, I've said before, at the beginning of the season, how you get them is irrelevant. And like I say, for 65 minutes, 70 minutes, whenever the boy got sent off, we were fantastic tonight.
And as you said, we're now just 2 points off the playoffs. We're in the final run-in now. Are you? We're really in there with a fight now, Billy, after these 3 points. And how do you see it going from here?
Yeah, we just, like I say, we just move on to the next game.
Yeah.
We're a bit thin at the minute because obviously we lost Danny Preston tonight with a shoulder problem from Saturday. Now Clacky won't. Obviously, Clacky's going to be. We'll have to assess that and see where we are with that. But I can't see Clacky being. It'll be more like weeks than.
Yeah.
So we're, suddenly we've lost 2 fullbacks.
Yes.
But like you say, you saw people that came in tonight. So we wanted to freshen it up tonight. Bailey Hobson came back, did really well.
Yes, he had a great game.
Really well. I mean, I thought the midfield 3 just totally dominated their midfield. Just literally they couldn't cope. Yeah. George Cantor was magnificent. That was a midfield performance, and backed up with Lundy as well. But Peter came in. Peter Dale came in, first taste of it in the league. Came in, never put a foot wrong. Tealy responded from Saturday. And this is what we've said. This is what we've said with the squad we've got. It's very small now with them 2 injuries. But when people are called upon, we've got to step up to the plate and put a performance in. And I think tonight, like I say, we were well deserving of the 3 points.
And of course, Leamington on Saturday, a good chance to advance even further on those playoff places. But like all teams in this league, they're going to be difficult to beat Leamington. They've already shown that. So.
Look, Leamington are a really good side, and I like Paul. I've known Paul for a long time. Paul's a proper manager. He's been doing it a long time. He's a really good guy. He's a proper manager, and they're fighting for their lives. Leamington, and I enjoy I enjoy playing against Leamington because what you usually get from both teams is very, very honest players, and what you see is what you get with both teams. There's no ducking and diving or faking or falling around and some of the stuff you usually get on a Saturday. It's usually two real honest sides going at it.
Absolutely.
But it'll be very, very tough because, like I say, they've got some good players. They play a good way. They're very competitive, and we'll have to be at it. We'll have to be as good as we were tonight. We'll have to be at it again. But if we can secure 3 points on Saturday, then we will be really in a good position Saturday.
Absolutely. Look forward to seeing it, Billy.
Cheers,
and thanks as ever for your time.
Thanks, mate. Cheers.